Welcome back to another episode of Phoenix Pop Culture. Today we are at Book Off, which is a new store opened up in Mesa. It's a chain of Japanese bookstores that have a few locations in America, and they recently opened up their first location in Arizona. They also sell collectibles, video games, manga, and we'll check it out. As you walk in, you're greeted with a few glass displays with some of the more expensive statues and figures and video game consoles that they have on sale. But what's exciting about this store for me is that they have quite a few SH Figure Arts, which is a line of figures I recently started collecting. So I'm definitely excited to come back and spend a pretty penny on some of these. Moving on to video games, they have a whole aisle of American and Japanese video games across different consoles, from Nintendo Switch to the PlayStation, Xbox, and some of the older consoles as well. Yeah, well, the one thing that kind of separates Book Off from other video game retailers is the amount of Famicom and Super Famicom games that they have. So these are Japanese games. Some of these games were released in America, but now are pretty expensive. But if you can get your hands on the Japanese version, it will save you a few dollars, but you'll be dealing with the language barrier. But they have quite a selection of these games, anywhere from $9 to $19, so a pretty good value here. Another popular aspect to Book Off is the number of gashapon machines that they have. These come in a variety of different properties such as Kirby, Chainsaw Man, Gundam, and so forth. So these all cost a few dollars, and they have a token exchange machine that you can use. Book Off does sell a variety of collectibles and figures that originate from places other than Japan. As you can see here, there's a whole aisle of Funko Pops, but on top of that, they do have an aisle of American figures and plushes that are sold either new or pre-owned. If you're heading to Book Off to find specifically Japanese collectibles and figures and statues, you're in luck, because there is quite a large selection of all of those, on top of some English manga. Some of your favorite series can be found here. But the same thing goes with the figures and statues, that they sell ones that are pre-owned, they sell new ones, but generally everything is in really good condition from what I've seen. The prices are kind of hit or miss. Some things are priced according to what you find on eBay, some things a little bit lower, and then obviously some things a little bit higher. Book Off originally started as a bookstore, but you can find a selection of American graphic novels here, as well as comic books. The rest of the store is filled with Blu-rays and DVDs, vinyl, and obviously books. So even if you're not big into collectibles such as your figures and video games, there's still other merchandise here at Book Off that might be of interest. I did make one purchase while I was there. I'm a collector of Dragon Ball merchandise, and so I picked up one of the Dragon Ball Z games from the Famicom and added it to my collection. That's going to do it for this episode of Phoenix Pop Culture. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy this series, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you next time.